When you talk of the great loads on your minds, this is what you mean. The bank balance, the car, the relationships, the fame, the money. The security, the love affairs. That's what we mean, right? Now please tell me, did any of these come to you without your participation? Were it not you who signed the joining letter? And how were you feeling when you were accepting that job offer? You would have come back and thrown a party. You would have received congratulations and experienced your heart swell. The same woman that you now feel allergic to was once the apple of your eye. Remember the day she accepted your proposal? Remember the day you got married? How was that day? How was that day? You were a winner in your eye, right? You got what you wanted. You got what you wanted. Now you cry. And you again have a want that you think will alleviate your crying if fulfilled. Don't you see that the crying itself exists because of the wants fulfilled rather than unfulfilled? Today you say that your job sucks. Which job? The one that you didn't get or the one that you got? Come on, please. Today you say that your husband is a monster. Which husband? The one you are married to or the 10 men that you couldn't marry? Don't you see that the fulfillment of your wants is probably a bigger curse than the unfulfillment? Yeah, of course, the 10 that you couldn't marry appear 10 times more attractive, handsome, and fulfilling in imagination, in retrospect. But remember that you were the one who chose the 11th one compared to the other 10. Surely you had a rationale. Surely your intelligent mind came up with a conclusion. Surely you saw some trade-off. If today you find yourself in trouble, is it not your own decisions that have landed you in trouble? And is it so difficult to see and acknowledge that? Please, let's not blame life, situations, paranormal forces, anybody else. Who has brought you where you are? You may say you were helpless in many regards. I'm asking, even if you were helpless, are you not contributing your bit in maintaining the status quo? You say you desperately needed money, so you had to accept a particular proposal, a particular agreement. Are you equally helpless even today? Then why do you continue to be in that agreement? Don't you see it's happening with your consent? And your consent means that your clever mind sees some benefit in it. If there is one word synonymous with truth, with spirituality, with God, it is innocence. If there is one thing that existence laughs at, it is our cleverness. Is it not an extension of the same cleverness to today ask, how do I offload my past? We will know when to take up the load, and we will also know when to offload, right? Don't you see that both the decisions are coming from the same center? And if both of them are coming from the same center, would the second decision or second set of decisions have any impact different from the impact of the first decision or the first set of decisions? Don't you see that all of this is just a refusal, a reluctance to simply take what is given? Don't you see how your mind squirms the moment these words reach it? Take what is given. The mind says, then where is my doership? Then what have I earned? Am I a nobody? Can't I accomplish anything on my own? What do you mean by take what is given? Am I just an empty vessel in which anything can be poured? Have I no consciousness? Have I no being? Must I not strive? Must I not reach great heights? Spirituality is not about correcting yourself. Spirituality is about dropping the assumption that you can correct yourself. Do you see the great difference? Spirituality is not about proceeding with an alternate life. Spirituality is not about taking a different set of decisions. It is about seeing that as long as you insist on deciding, you will keep getting what you have been getting. The funny part is that the more you find your decisions to be backfiring, the more you feel like deciding more. You see, you do not know how to drive, you do not know the way, and you want to reach somewhere. Have you seen how many times you decide? If you do not know your way, you need to decide every 2 minutes. Should I take left? Now should I take right? Then you take a U-turn, then you again take a U-turn, then another U-turn, then another U-turn. When you know the way, you don't need to decide. Why do you need to decide so often? You need to decide so often because the previous decisions have not yielded the right results. Because the previous decision did not take you where you wanted to go, so you need to take another decision. But the assumption that the next decision would be a better one continues to hold. It goes totally against our intuition, does it not? That betterment is not possible, that you don't need to try to improve. Hmm? Something so actively resists, does it not? Should I then leave myself to the mercy of circumstances? What are you suggesting, sir? Do I throw myself to the dogs? Have I not a responsibility towards myself? To rise, to climb, to fly? Do you feel that? Do you feel that from within? That resistance? I shall be the captain and the master of my life. Hmm? I will choose, I will decide, I will reach, I will accomplish, I will bloat, I will swell. One day I'll declare I am that. Come on, it's not a matter of me saying it. Are you experiencing that resistance? And it goes so much against our everyday experience, right? You find that it's hot, you take yourself as responsible to get up and switch on the fan or the air conditioner, right? So you say, you see, if I'm in discomfort, who else is going to come and help me? Who helped me? Myself. So that must be applicable in the larger matters of life as well. I felt thirsty. Who got up to fetch the water? Who? Myself. So all these daily experiences prove that in everything that is to be done, I should be the decider, the executor. Do that. But just as you continue to dwell in memories all the time, kindly go into memories once again and see what your decisions have contributed to. In particular, look at your frustrations of today and see whether they have not come from your own decisions. And do that honestly. It is very easy to blame others. In fact, the more the expectations you had, the more the investments that you put in a particular decision, the greater is the frustration that it brings in its wake. And why did you put in those investments? Because you were sure that your decision is right, because you are sure that a huge dollop of happiness is just waiting for you. Happiness is about to arrive. It's asking for a price. Let me quickly pay that price. You pay the price, you don't get happiness, and look at your frustration today. Where is that magnificent life that you thought of when you were in college? Where is that Prince Charming? Where is that dreamy fairy? Where? There's nobody here who would not have thought of having a most beautiful, most enchanting life, at least in some spheres, where your desires are, there your investment is. Where your investment is, there your frustration is.